Well, I hated it. No matter what anybody tells you, it was a punishment. From the Mike Bell incident. It was a punishment because of the Mike Bell incident. I always did my job the best I could. That's what they gave me, so I did the best I could with it. I had no expectations of it getting over. I was just hoping to ride it out, you know, because you really don't have a choice. They tell you to do something, you either do it or you don't. And if you don't do it, you're not going to keep your job. And ridiculous me, I like being paid. I like being able to afford a living, so I have to keep my job. I'm stunned that the gimmick got over. The first time that I realized it was over, we were in the Meadowlands in New Jersey for a Raw or something. And before, when the people were coming in and you know, before the show started, at the time, Rock was the top gimmick, you know, and the people would chant, Rocky, Rocky. And I was walking around, Patterson grabbed me, and he used to call me Gimmick for whatever reason. And he goes, Gimmick, you hear that? And I go, yeah, they're chanting Rocky. So what? I go, they do that every show. He goes, no, you jackass. Listen, they're chanting Moppy. So that's when I knew the gimmick was over. Shortly after that, Raven put it into the wood chipper, and that was the end of it. Which I was very happy to end it because I hated doing it. Because I took myself too seriously, and that was something I couldn't get my head around. I did the best I could with it. It got over in spite of how much I didn't like it, and in spite of how ridiculous it was. But that was a missed opportunity for merchandise and shit too, because one show somewhere in Pennsylvania, I want to say like Scranton or something, one of the ringside seats, a guy had a hood, a mask made of the Mop, and he came in as Moppy. They had one Moppy t-shirt, just a picture of the Moppy, and it was mine they gave me, and I don't even think they sold any, you know. So that was a miss out, and then we got rid of the gimmick mainly because I hated doing it, and somehow it was getting over, and that wasn't what they wanted. They didn't want it to get over. That was a punishment. And I got over wearing a dress. I got over every gimmick I did the best I could. Some got over, some didn't. I was stunned that the Moppy gimmick got over. It just shows how fickle the fans are, whatever, you know. It was something different, maybe. I don't know. It was, and when they first gave me the Moppy idea, you know, first told me what I was doing, and I tried to figure out a way to make it work for me. And that movie, Castaway, was popular at the time, and the volleyball Wilson, right? And that's where I ripped off that idea with the Mop, you know, because honestly, creativity is forgetting where you stole it from. And that's where I stole that idea from, was Castaway, you know. And originally, a couple of the Mops had painted like a certain person, actually, where they were a character of like Trish Stratus. One of them was done. Some up until I think Scotty Too Hotty, and then his gimmick was just the hair, right? And I ended up switching to the Wilson gimmick with just the Mop, like the ball, you know. And I don't know, it got over, and I'm surprised it did. And what do you call it? That's an untapped merchandise opportunity, you know. That's a gimmick that WWE owns. I have no rights to that. That's their gimmick, you know. So it's not like I could sell any merchandise of it.
Yeah, and like I said, though, it's very interesting that a lot of people don't remember this, again, that you got a mop over, you got a dress over. If anything, that speaks highly of you as a performer. And I know you took yourself very seriously, but you got a dress over and you got a mop over.
Because I also took doing my job seriously. I did the best. I hated the Mop gimmick. Hated it. and the whole stupid shit I would say, you know, and but I worked on saying it with that mentally challenged cadence, you know, the way I would say whatever the things were, like trying to think of some of the stuff they had me say, you know. I can't even remember some of the ridiculous shit they'd have me say, you know, and but I worked at it to get it over as best I could because that was my job, and that's I took pride in what I did. I also took myself too serious because I never beat anybody. Nobody ever beat me, so it's ridiculous for me to take anything that serious. But it just wasn't like your gimmick usually has some sort of truth in it. And I'd like to think there was no truth in the Moppy gimmick in me, you know?